In the entry-level smartphone market, there's always demand for a larger display while maintaining great performance, features, and pricing. In this episode of Gadget Review, meet a smartphone that will win every entry-level users over. I'm Warren from KLGadgetGuy. This is the Lenovo A850 video review. When we see cheap, huge-sized smartphones or phablets, they are ugly, clumsy, and slow. Fortunately, the A850 isn't one. This phone is beautiful and minimalistic with the huge display on the front and hyperglazed coating on the back. Although the A850 is categorized in the affordable smartphone category, it has a combination of entry to mid-level specs under the hood. It has a MediaTek quad-core 1.3 GHz processor, a GB of RAM, 4 GB of ROM with expandable memory up to 32 GB, 5.5-inch QHD resolution IPS display, 5-megapixel autofocus main camera with flash, VGA front-facing camera, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 4.0, dual SIM with HSPA Plus support, and powered by a 2250 mAh battery. We love the phone in the overall user experience. No doubt it is huge in size. It feels good on hand and makes you forget that this is a smartphone that costs below 1,000 ringgit. The 5.5-inch touch display is pretty good in responding to our touch. Despite having a QHD resolution display, we love the colors and viewing angles that the screen is able to offer. However, we hope that the screen brightness could be better, as using the phone under strong sunlight is simply a challenge. The phone runs on Android Jelly Bean 4.2.2, which isn't great but still works well at this point of time. We also find the familiar Lenovo skin running on top of it, which is clunky and funky at the same time. The phone is very smooth despite heavy skin. Lenovo's apps work well, and we find lesser language issues on the A850 compared to the K900 we reviewed last time. Apps run fast and reliably on the A850, and there's almost no lag in switching apps. Web browsing on the phone is really smooth and fast even on the HSPA Plus connection. The phone is definitely a champ for the busy and straightforward type of user. With such powerful capabilities for a mid-range smartphone, the A850 is a shame in the storage department. With a mere gigabyte of available storage for storing apps, we have issues with games and apps that requires a huge chunk of memory. The phone also isn't smart enough to switch storage options when apps require to download additional data. The 5-megapixel camera of the phone takes average quality pictures. Pictures are neither vibrant nor sharp, but good enough to be your everyday social camera if you aren't asking too much. Check out more sample shots of the A850 on KLGadgetGuy.com. We have mentioned previously that the phone works really well in real-world tests. Benchmark scores, sadly, isn't going to wow people who look at figures to determine a good smartphone. The phone scores 17,053 points and 5,878 points in Antutu and Quadrant respectively. Battery life on the A850 is impressive, lasting a full day of usage around 18 to 22 hours with lots of messaging, some phone calls, web browsing, streaming over Spotify, and 80% of the time on a cellular data connection. The Lenovo A850 is a solid performer. Despite being positioned as an entry to mid-level device in Lenovo's A-series smartphone lineup, the hardware performs flawlessly as our daily driver. It just isn't perfect in the software department, and we look forward to the company's improvement on that. The phone retails at 699 ringgit, which undercut many competitors in the market with similar spec sheet, making it one of the most impressively priced smartphones in its class. We rate the Lenovo A850 at 4 out of 5 stars. You know, the Lenovo A850 is one of the best Lenovo smartphones that I've ever used, and it is only priced at 699 ringgit for such a big and gorgeous screen, and I really love it. Though I'm going to give it a 4-star rating because of, the clunky user experience and the camera on the back, which is, a little bit of a disappointment. Right, by the way, if you like what you saw, do give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you'd like to see more video contents coming from us. The text review of the A850 is also available at KLGadgetGuy.com for a reading pleasure. Follow us on social media such as Facebook and Twitter at KLGadgetGuy. I'm Warren, and I'll see you next time in our next gadget review. That's it for now.